Good day, everyone. Please all stand. May I request Miss Dakola to lead the prayer? Amen. Good morning, class. Before you take your seat, please pick up some pieces of paper and kindly arrange your chairs. Okay. Class leader, who is absent today? Okay, very good. No one is absent today. Before we start our class, let me present to you our classroom rules. And I will read it. So, classroom rules. Listen and follow directions. Listen to the teachers when she or he speak. Respect and listen when your classmates share their ideas. Raise your hand if you want to answer or leaving your seat. So, who can recall our last topic yesterday? Yes, Marissa? Okay, very good. So, what is axioms of betweenness? Yes, Miss Mori. Okay, it seems like you can still remember our previous topic. Now, let me introduce to you our new topic. But before that, I will present to you our objectives. And I will read it. So, objective. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to define axioms of congruence, demonstrate the different methods of axioms of congruence, side, angle, and identifying and applying the basic axioms of congruence such as reflexive property, symmetric property, and transitive property. But before we proceed our next topic, let's us do our first activity. And I will group you into two groups. Okay, group 1 here and group 2 here. I will give you 2 minutes to arrange the scrambled letter. You may now start. Okay, are you done? Okay, so what do you think our next topic for today? Miss Ribolius? Okay, thank you. So our next topic for today is all about axioms of congruence. In your own opinion, what is axioms of congruence, Miss Yang? Okay, thank you, Miss Chang. So, axioms of congruence. Axioms of congruence. A set of rules or properties that dictate when two or more geometric figures are considered congruent, meaning they have the same shapes and sides. These axioms serves as the foundation for proving and establishing congruence between geometric shapes, aiding in geometric reasoning and problem solving. By applying these axioms, one can determine when two figures are identical in terms of sides, lengths, angle measures, and overall shapes. So, example of axioms of congruence. So, example of axioms of congruence. Side angle side condition, where if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Next is let's proceed the different methods of actions of congruence. So different methods of actions of congruence. Side, side, side. SSS congruence states that if two sides of one triangle are equal in length to the three sides of another triangle, then the triangle are congruent. So SSS congruence establishes congruence by matching the lengths of the corresponding two sides of triangle. Next is side angle sides. Side angle sides state that if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal in measure to two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So, side angle sides is involved matching two sides and the included angle in one triangle to the corresponding two sides and angle in another triangle to prove congruence. And next is angle side angle. So angle side angle. Angle side angle state that if two angles and included sides of one triangle are equal in measures to the two angles and the included sides of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So, angle sides angle proves triangles congruent by matching two angles and the two sides between them and one triangle to corresponding two angles and sides in another triangle. So I have an example of sides angle sides. So I have here an example of side angle sides. Example of sides side. If in triangle XYZ, XY equals MN, YZ equals NP, and XZ equals NP, then triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle MNP by SSS. So another example of side angle side. Side angle side example, if in triangle PQR, PQ equals ST, QR equals TU, and angle P equals angle P, then the triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STU by STS. Example of angle side angle. If in triangle LMN, angle L in U, angle M equals angle V, and MN equals UV, then triangle LMN is congruent to triangle UVW by ESA. So next, let's proceed the property of axioms of congruence. So first, we have reflexive property. State that any geometric figure is congruent itself. So this property affirms that every geometric shape is congruent to itself, reflecting self-identity and congruence. The second is symmetric property. State that if one geometric figure is congruent to another figure, then the second figure is also congruent to the first. So this property highlights the bidirectional natures of congruent relationship, where if A is congruent to B, then B is congruent to E. For example, of symmetric. Example of symmetric property. If angle XYZ is congruent to angle PQR, then angle PQR is also congruent to angle XYZ, displaying the symmetric property. So the last one is transitive property. Transitive property. So transitive property state that if one figure is congruent to a second figure and the second figure is congruent to a third figure, then the first figure is congruent to the third figure. So it allows for establishing indirect congruence between figures by forming a chain of congruence. For example of transitive is if triangle LMN is congruent to triangle XYZ and triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle PQR, then by the transitive property, triangle LMN is congruent to triangle PQR. So, it's allow for establishing indirect congruence between figures by forming a chain of congruence. Do you understand our discussions, clarifications, questions? Okay. Next before we end our discussion, let's have an activity. It's individual activity. Please get 1/4 sheet of paper and answer this activity. I give you 5 minutes to answer this activity and pass it to me. Okay, you may now start. Okay, very good. So, seems like you all understand our topic. Let's recall our topic for today. So, who can tell me what axioms of congruence? Yes, Mr. Lamontan. Okay, thank you. So, who can give me an example of reflexive property? Okay, Mr. Ruiz, please give one example. Okay, thank you. So now I have a evaluation. Let's have an evaluation for today. Please get 1/4 sheet of paper and we can go evaluation. Okay, I have here a answer. I have here a question about evaluations, and I will give you this. Okay, very good. So, are you done? Okay, thank you. And And that's all for today. Thank you, Mom.